Hello everybody, my name is Anthony and today we are going to be doing an exercise to work on our frames for when we're dancing. So for one of the hardest parts about teaching is teaching someone their frame. It's something we start with from day one and we never ever stop working on. And it's really tricky because it's hard to teach someone to feel something that they've never felt before. And that is really the battle that we move through when we're teaching frame, is how to get someone to feel what it's supposed to feel like. So today we're going to work on a little exercise to get your arms stronger when you're in frame, and also get them to feel a little bit lighter. So what we're going to do is we're going to grab something that most of us probably already have at home to do this with, and it's going to be a shopping bag. Now, if you don't have a plastic shopping bag, you can use any type of bag as long as you're able to get it, for the most part, over your arms, because that's where we're going to be putting it. Now, what we're going to do is we want to be able to fill this up with something. It doesn't have to be very heavy, no more than about 5 pounds. What I'm going to be using, to keep with the theme of coronavirus, is toilet paper. Most of us have this at home, probably in bulk supply. So that's what we're going to be putting in the bag today. So what we're going to do is we're going to grab our bags of toilet paper and we're going to put one over each arm, right about where your elbow is. So then what we want to do is, once we're here, back up just a little bit so you can see me, is we're just going to get up into our dance position. So this works if we're in a smooth frame or a ballroom frame where it's a little bit wider, and it also works if we're in more of a Latin frame where it's a little bit more rounded and out in front of us. Just gets us used to feeling that our arms have weight to them and that there is something that is trying to pull them down. So a lot of times when we're doing our frame, as we keep dancing, they might start out up here, but the arms will start to relax over time, which isn't good. If it's a leader doing that, it means you're not going to be sending the best signals anymore. If it's a lady doing that, you're probably going to be hurting his arm because you're going to be hanging on him. So what we want to try to get used to is being able to not just hold the arms up, but feel like they're lifting. So what you want to try to do is keep the elbows about shoulder height. Again, depending on who you're dancing with, it might be a little bit lower if they're a shorter person. But you want to try to, for the most part, as you're practicing by yourself right now or even with your partner, try to do as much as you can. And you just want to be able to hold them there. Now you can pick a couple basic steps. You can pick something like a foxtrot basic. You can pick a cha-cha basic. Anything that's going to get you moving around and just trying to maintain the height of these bags of precious, precious toilet paper. So what you want to make sure you're not doing is, they probably will move a little bit when you're doing this, but you don't want them swinging all over the place, because that means your frame's moving around a lot. And for the most part, we want a very calm frame when we're dancing, because it sends a much better signal as a leader, and we're more receptive to signals as a follower. So just get used to that, get used to holding those bags up, and again, you can pick whatever basic step you want to work on, and just get used to moving around like that. Now, when you've done that, or if you are getting a little tired and you want to take a break, then you can set those down and you can just go out and practice without them on. So what that will probably feel like is, it's going to feel lighter, which is a good thing. As a leader, what we tend to hear at the beginning of when we're dancing, when we're first learning frame, is what it's supposed to look like. So we tend to get into that position that our teacher really likes, and then we lock into it and we never ever let it move, which really is not good, because then we start to get told that we're too tight as we're dancing and our frame is too tight and we want to pull our hair out. And that's really not the goal. It's not to find the position and lock into it. It's to find the position and keep it going, being able to feel like I'm lifting my arms up to that height rather than keeping them from falling, which just makes my arms tired. And the same thing for the ladies, is you want to feel like your arms are lifting up rather than you're just holding them, because as they get tired, they'll start to weigh down on the partner's arms. So try this at home. Like I said, it doesn't have to be toilet paper. You might not have much of that right now because it's hard to get at the stores, but anything that has a little bit of weight to it, you can use fruit, you can get bottles of water, just put them in there so it has a little bit of weight to it, and try to keep them up as you're dancing. Yeah? So with that, you're going to be able to practice, keeping the arms up and keeping them light with a little bit of resistance to it, and it'll get us used to that so that when we get back with a partner, they will be nice and comfortable to dance with.